What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. I appreciate all the support you guys continue to give to this Road to Glory. We've obviously got a hell of a lot of coins in the account now, roughly about 550 to 600k if we sold everything. I made a mistake selling Team of the Season Layun too early. I sold him for 130, I could have sold him for 280 at one point. I eventually sold it for 130. His price then went back up to like 180, but now I understand it's down around 100,000 coins. So, it's a bit hit and miss when you should and should not buy and sell. So, this German Cup, we lost in the final in the last time around. I said to you guys in that last video that I basically only have time for like 2 more attempts, I'm really busy right now. And as time of making this video, the new cup is out, and it's just one nation. So put in the comment section what nation you want to see me do, because I won't record the next video until I've uploaded this current one. And the first opponent we come up against in our second try, he's obviously won the tournament a couple of times, got a pretty nice team there. And if I'm perfectly honest with you, in this game, I was just absolutely humbled. Like, the guy was unbelievable at FIFA. I'm not ashamed to admit I'm a good player. I know I'm a good player. I know I'm not quite a great player. I know I make quite a few mistakes, and I prefer to use players that I like above players that are good, just because of the way I like to play FIFA. There are certain things I could do within FIFA to improve myself and improve my record. But with that being said, I'm not afraid to admit when somebody who just outplays me and is just far better than me. And this opponent here was just that. He was just far better than me. His possession play was absolutely outstanding. I did create a few counter-attacking opportunities. I think I actually had more shots than him in the end. But my shots weren't great shots, and they weren't testing shots of the goalkeeper. So you'll see there the possession stat, 63% for him, 7 shots, 5 on target for the pair of us. His passing was far better than mine, and his general FIFA play was just far better than mine. So credit to that guy. And that kind of like put me on tilt a little bit, and I went straight back into the tournament, and I came up against this team. One that Robert Huth again suggests, yes, this guy knows how to play the game. But the fact that he's got, bronze, 2 silvers, 4 non-rares, a lone player, a striker with like 60 some odd pace, kind of made me feel like, okay, I could actually win this game. It doesn't matter that he's won Robert Huth. Winning a tournament or whatever doesn't make you good or bad or anything. It just means that you won those specific 4 games. And something that's interesting in Division 1 right now is that the lack of quality in Division 1 is quite high. So if you've ever not played Divisions because you're scared or you think you're not good enough, this is like the last 3 months of FIFA are like the easiest 3 months of FIFA to win Division 1, because so many low-end players. I don't want to discredit people and say they're bad, because if you win Division 1, that's an achievement in itself. But there's so many players that aren't at quite Division 1 quality that have eventually and gradually worked their way up through the divisions through sheer persistence. So you've got, one of the best chances you're ever going to have to win Division 1 over the next 10 to 12 weeks before FIFA 17 comes out. So I suggest you guys that wanted to try Division and never got around to it, now's a good time as any. We end up winning the first game. I only won 3-2, and props to the dude, he put up a good fight. I went 3-0 up and he carried on going, but as you can see by the match stats, he literally scored with 2 of his 4 chances, and I scored only with 3 of my 16 opportunities. Definitely should have done a lot better, and I was finding like I wasn't enjoying this team so much, and I couldn't pinpoint what it was. But one of the things that I did notice in game was that Dahoud just wasn't good. I heard so many good things about him. So many people said to me he's amazing, you should try him, you should play him. Not even just now, but when he first came out, so many people had him in his team, and because he was a team of the season that was only like 18,000 coins, I thought, let me try him. But I just didn't like him. And what I found in this team specifically that we're running right now is that Thomas Müller at right centre midfield just didn't get involved in the game much. So Dahoud seemed to always be involved in the game, which says to me that I probably favour playing down the left-hand side. So I went and put Thomas Müller around that left centre midfield spot. I went and bought Volland. Whilst the chem glitch is still available to use before it gets patched, why not abuse it? So we bought Volland to put in that right centre midfield spot. And the next person we come up against is another team with a whole bunch of non-rares. He's got Matt HD Gamer in at centre attacking midfielder. He's got a slow midfield, quite a slow defence. He's got a really slow striker. And I was kind of like thinking, it's Jackpot City, I'm getting really lucky here with the teams that I'm coming up against. The one good team I come up against, the guy absolutely battered me. I've now come up against two pretty weak teams in a row, and things started off really well for me there. Lucas Podolski doing what Lucas Podolski does. You know, his team of the season card is absolutely fantastic. He put it in the back of the net. The ball then falls through to Mario Gomez after 38 minutes, who makes it 2-0. We then get a penalty not too soon after half-time, and Robert Huth for some reason was on penalties, so I let him take it and he scored it. We then score in the 60th minute. The ball falls out the edge of the box here to Hector. Nice little fake shot, plays it into Thomas Muller, who has a shot and scores the goal. And thankfully I did move him, because if that was Dahoud wasn't scoring that. So Thomas Muller does score right there. We end up winning the game. I think 4-1 we won the game. I think oh no, he rage quit at 4-0. There are a few games here in order to keep the video a little bit shorter that I haven't shown all of my opponent's goals, sometimes only my own goals, just to show you guys what's up. So this tournament, the mystery pack, I've seen some good mystery packs, I've seen some bad mystery packs. Some of the best ones I've seen, somebody got a 50k pack, Bateson got a draft token, somebody got a 35k mega pack. But the worst ones, I've seen a 5k pack, I've seen a contract pack. I saw one contract pack that contained just 4 contracts, and the dude ended up getting 2 bronze contracts, 1 silver contract, and 1 gold rare contract. And I just think that is so disappointing. So it looks like there's a good range of what could be in the packs, but the 5,000 coin bonus for me is quite interesting. So we come up into the semi-final against another team with a whole bunch of non-rares. And in the first couple of games when I come up against non-rares, I think, okay, this is good for me, because these teams are hopefully poor enough that I'm going to just destroy them through not only ability, but the fact my team is so far better. But when you see these sort of teams in the semi-finals, you start to think, okay, so this guy's won his way all the way through to the semis with this kind of team. And for me, that's quite worrying at times. But saying that, he could potentially have also come up against a whole bunch of non-rare teams and just managed to sneak a couple of wins. But we end up getting ourselves a 1-goal lead, and then into the stroke of half-time, the ball falls through to Sane, who makes it 2-0 on the stroke of half-time. But there were plenty more goals in this game. Sorry, there weren't plenty more goals in this game. It's the next game I'm looking at. But yeah, this guy comes through here with NepentheZ of all people. He's playing ultra-attacking now. He gets through. He scores a goal with Kiesling. He makes it 2-1. And this was another one of those games where I was absolutely dominant from start to finish, and I just couldn't put my chances away. And that's another one of those things where I don't know why, I just wasn't feeling this team. There was something amiss. There was something wrong with this team. Something just didn't feel right. You know, I changed one player. I changed Dahoud for Volland, and it felt a little bit better, but something wasn't right, and I couldn't put my finger on it. But we went into the final with the team anyway. We come up against another team with a whole bunch of non-rares, a whole bunch of cheap players. You know, like Bellarabi and Schürrle are just his best players by far. He's got Kadira in there, who's super cheap, Mustafi, who's super cheap. Half of his players could be untradables. And we lost in the first final that we played, which we showed you last episode. He scored a really nice goal there with Bellarabi, but this was a game for me that I should have won. I just should have won. We went 2-0 down after around 80 minutes. You know, I'm playing like ultra-attacking here, which just leaves my defence a little bit exposed. He gets through with Julian Draxler. Beautiful finesse shot around the keeper. Take nothing away from his goals. It was just me and my play. And this is what I was saying, like, something didn't feel right with this team, and I wasn't able to play attacking and as offensive as I usually do. Like, I know my defense isn't the best in FIFA, but one of the things I have going for me is that my attack is, like, in my opinion, you guys may well disagree, but in my opinion, my attack is like one of the best. Like, I score a lot of goals. I know how to manipulate and abuse defenses. I know how to abuse the shooting mechanics, and you can see by the match stats there, he had 3 shots and scored 2 goals, and the possession is heavy in his favour, because after he scored that first goal, he was just passing around his defence. He was frustrating me, and I don't blame people for doing that, especially when they have teams like that. You know, I really just, if that's how you want to play, it's, you know, it's my job to then go and get the ball, and I shouldn't have gone 1-0 down. So after losing in that second final, I was really frustrated, and I said to you guys, I only had time for like 2 more attempts max. I know we've already done 2 attempts now, but because I lost in the first round and the first attempt, I thought, let me give it 1 more shot. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning as I'm doing all this sort of stuff that you see, and I was just fed up with this team. There was a few things I didn't like. One of the biggest things that I didn't like, and one of the things that was costing me goals at times, not necessarily costing me not scoring goals, but costing me conceding goals, was the fact that my goalkeepers didn't have the giant throw. So I went and bought Neuer literally for the giant throw. Obviously, he's a great goalkeeper as well, 90 rated for 44,000 coins, but I bought him so that I could give him so I could have a goalkeeper with the giant throw, because so many of my counter attacks and so many of my goals scored come from goalkeepers having a giant throw, but also so many of the goals that I concede come from me trying to throw the ball out to a player who's in space, misreading the situation, not understanding that the goalkeeper doesn't have giant throw, and throwing the ball straight to my opponent's feet, who then instantly hits me on the counter. So I wanted to eradicate that from my game. I wanted to give this last attempt of the tournament to try and win myself the mystery pack, and we come up against another just really, really weak team. And I don't know why. I don't know if like a lot of people have given up playing this tournament now, or people don't necessarily believe the mystery pack is worth it. I don't know if people didn't want to spend much money on German players. You know, there's like a lot of things that a lot of reasons why people might stop playing it. It might have been because it was just late at night and there wasn't many people on. But we end up going 1-0 up, and I tackled the guy there in the box. He ends up stealing the ball back with Andre Schürrle there and makes it 1-1. But before half-time was over, Thomas Muller picks up the ball. He's got Gomez through the middle. Gomez gets into the space, and you know, Gomez is clinical. Like, the first time we bought him in this Road to Glory, I think I played something like 6 or 7 games with him and only scored 1 or 2 goals. And I obviously wasn't using him properly. I wasn't abusing his strengths as well as I should have done. But you'll see, I don't think I actually showed his goal-to-game ratio at the end of all of this stuff when I eventually sell him. But what you will see is the fact that in most games, he is just utterly clinical every single time he gets into the box. And this is another one of those times, and I apologise for the noise outside as well, guys. I end up shushing that guy there. I can't remember. I don't know what he did to annoy me. I don't know what he did. There was no reason for me to shush him from what I'm looking at on the gameplay. But that's a stunning strike as well. But yeah, I end up shushing him at 3-2. We go 4-2 up. I've actually only got 10 men as well. Robert Huth got sent off when I was 2-1. Thomas Muller steps in again, and switching Thomas Muller to that left-hand centre of midfield was just massive for me. It was really important, and it really changed the way that I played. And you see there, I actually changed my team. I put the whole defence deep to hold on to the 3-2 victory that I had, and in the end I actually went and scored 2 more goals on the counter-attack to make it 5-2. So after that, I kind of figured out what was wrong. I wasn't enjoying Bellarabi. The wing was my problem, and I said to you guys earlier in the video, I feel like I go down the left-hand side, not noticeably. I don't do it on purpose. I probably just do it subconsciously. And Bellarabi just wasn't cutting the mustard, and Schürrle wasn't doing what I wanted him to do. So I went and bought myself Marco Reus. We also went and bought Jerome Boateng simply because Robert Huth had been sent off. I could have used Mustafi, but I thought, you know what, if I'm gonna, I've spent most of my coins already. If I'm gonna win this tournament on this try, let's go balls to the wall. Let's get absolutely everything available that we can to this team. Let's give us the best opportunity for winning it, and we'll see where we go from there, because this will be the last attempt. And due to the fact that the German Cup was still on whilst I was making this, I was able to pretty much make my coins back, and some of the players I was able to make good profit on. For example, like Podolski, I bought for like 73,000 or something, and I think I ultimately eventually sold him for about 84,000. So we made good profit on a lot of players. But into the next round we go, guys, and this guy's also got the 2 blue players, showing that he's won the tournament twice. He's got a couple of informs there. Really nice team, apart from, again, the fact that he's got a weak midfield and a slow pair of centre-backs, and I was hopefully going to be able to abuse that, and that's exactly what I did. Marco Reus gets on the ball there, takes the shot, it falls to Sané, the ball goes back to Volland, who takes the shot and scores his first goal for the club, and that pace from Reus just destroying my opponent's centre-backs there, which was obviously fantastic for me. And then 20 minutes in here, Hector picks up the ball, cuts inside, cuts back outside, gets into the box, finds a space, ball goes to Marco Reus, who scores on his debut 20 minutes into it. And I just felt so much better having these better players, and I've got to pay attention to that in future tournaments. Like this new tournament that's out, all you have to do is build one nation. There's no point me trying to skimp and scrape and buy blue cards and buy, like Dahoud was just a waste. Like, I probably could have won the tournament if I had a better midfielder than Dahoud, and I probably could have won the tournament if I had a better midfielder than Bellarabi, because I'm so like intent on finding this no fitness, no chemistry issue. I'm passing up on better players for the sake of trying to be more, I guess, economic, when in actuality getting the right players, winning the games, winning the tournament, getting the reward, and then selling them on would probably be better for me than trying to get that budget guy that might be good but might be bad. So we end up getting a 5-2 win in the next round, guys. I didn't show my opponent's goals. Like I said, I wanted to just trim the kind of length of this video a little bit, but you can see there, I absolutely dominated. I scored an absolute banger with Reus. That 4th goal was just remarkable, just absolutely brilliant. And you'll see into the semi-final now, we've got Weiser there at right back. I don't think I showed me buying him, but I bought him. As you can see, he's in the team. I was lacking a little bit of pace in defence. You know, having who did I have at right back before? Didn't I have Diekmeyer before? I think I might have actually had Diekmeyer and bought Weiser. I can't remember exactly how I did it. But I put Schürrle in for the semi-final because I wanted Royce and Boateng to have full fitness. For the final if they get there. Boateng's already on 99 fitness, so he's going to be good, so I wanted Royce to have that perfect fitness. We come up against another team with another slow defense, another whole bunch of non-rares, yet he's got the blue Sané, which means he's won tournaments. It means he's a decent enough player. He's also got Marco Reus there, and again in the semi-final these teams are a little bit worrying, and it took me all the way until the 63rd minute to score, and what a goal it was as well. A short corner comes in, cross goes in, Podolski hits it on the volley, slams it into the back of the net, and there's I think that was that Schürrle that got through and scored the goal for me to make it 2-0. And then in the 88th minute he goes through with Max Kruse there, plays into Marco Reus of his own, and Marco Reus shoots off the post, tried to clear it, it falls back to Marco Reus, who puts it in the back of the net, but unfortunately for my opponent it was too little too late, and we end up going through 2-1. You can see my Manuel Neuer there picked up a 5.9 rating. Absolutely shocking, but we still won the game. It was a tight game as well. No matter what the stats suggest there, I had a bit more possession, a lot more shots, but it was a tight game. I remember the game thoroughly. So we make it to our third final out of 4 attempts. Our third final where we've lost the first 2. I can't lose a third final in a row. You know, we made it all this far. We've got a good team. You'll see me here giving a contract there to Hector. Hector's been good for the club. A lot of the players have been good for the club. It's time to put Marco Reus back in at that left wing spot. We've got a great team now, in my opinion. You know, Tar and Boateng, a good centre midfield pairing. Volland, Muller and Podolski, really good in midfield. The shooting from Muller and Podolski has been great throughout the 8-9 games of today. And into the final we go, and we come up against a guy with 5 players with stat cards on and 4 non-rares, but yet again a really slow defense, and I'm quite happy seeing not necessarily really slow defenses, but defenders with either really low physical or really low defending, and it allowed me just opportunity after opportunity. And I went 1-0 up against this guy, and it just kind of became really easy. Marco Reus there gets in on net, shoots and scores. I go 2-0 up after 25 minutes. Not too long after that, 35 minutes in here, Lucas Podolski hits a free kick of absolute dreams, makes it 3-0 after 35 minutes, and this game is an utter whitewash. And I think I show you here that I score goals. I was skipping my replays and all. Like, as soon as I scored the goals, the replay was getting skipped. I wanted to just get on with it. Actually, you know, I was hoping it'd end up rage quitting and just get me the win quick. Mario Gomez there scores, and we end up getting a goal. Remember that goal I said to you was a bit cheesy and I hate conceding them? Well, I scored one of them from the free kick. Mario Gomez again makes it 5-0 after 65 minutes. And I'm showing you here that I'm skipping the replays, and at 6-0 we go down the right hand side with Sané. This guy's got 10 men at this point. We counter attack, we put the ball in again with Mario Gomez. I do my celebration that I don't even realise that I'm doing half the time, and again I skip the replay straight away. And the reason why I'm showing that I skipped those replays is because when my opponent eventually did get a goal, because I went all out attack just for fun, he eventually got a goal and he starts shushing me with Thomas Muller. And I thought that's a really interesting thing to do. Like, I've played a good game, I haven't been a dick with the ball, I've just played regular FIFA, I've skipped all my replays, I'm not trying to be a dick, I'm not trying to like make this guy be mad or angry or anything. I end up conceding a stupid own goal and he runs off shushing me again. So when I did eventually score another goal, I run off shushing him. He then messages me saying, why am I being a dick? How am I being a dick? I skipped the replay of all of my first 6 goals. You then shushed me to the high heavens for 2 goals. And when I eventually shushed you, I'm the one that's a dick? Come on, bro. But anyway, we got a 7-2 win in the final. I was so happy to get that win. You can see there we won the 5,000 coins. We won the mystery pack. Before we get into opening the mystery pack, I was going to just add the contracts where necessary and then try and sell everyone. I made a lot of coins on a lot of these players. You'll see me list up a lot of them. You'll see in the next episode exactly how much we sold everyone for and exactly how many coins we got. But in general, most of the players that I bought had gone up in price. A couple of them had stayed at the same price. I think one player went down in price. I think Tar, I think I bought him for like 19,000 or 18,750. Yeah, so I bought him for 19,750. I think I sold him for 18,750. So after tax as well, I probably lost about 2,500 coins on him. But I made so many coins on players like Hector, like Muller, I actually think I broke even on Muller. Podolski I made like 10k coins on. Mario Gomez I made like 6k coins on. You know, I made a decent amount of coins on these players. So I was really happy with the return. Not only that, but we also played 13 games in the tournament. So we made about another 8,000 from match coins. We made 5,000 from winning the tournament. And we've got the mystery reward pack. So, you know, all in all, I think playing these 13 games of this tournament, I think we've made altogether probably somewhere around 40 to 50,000 coins, which is spectacular considering it's just a tournament. And this again just goes to show that you don't need to be great at trading, you don't need to be great at FIFA, you just need to buy players, play what you need to play, and then sell them on for hopefully a profit. Or if you're the kind of person that prefers to have a, you know, to have a one team, just build your one team, then work towards the tournament team. So our mystery pack is one jumbo gold pack. Now this is both a positive and a negative. It's a negative because it's a pack that's worth about 8,000 coins. It's a positive because it has 24 items in it. It's a negative because it only has 3 rare items in it. It's a positive that because so many of those items are non-rares, you're highly likely to get coin unlocks and to get chemistry styles that are going to be very, very valuable to you. So we open our pack and we do end up getting ourselves a rare gold player, and it was Thiago of Bayern, the Spanish guy. I don't know how much he goes for. I don't know how much any of these players go for, but we've got a whole bunch of contracts. I'm going to try and sell everything. I thought it would be untradeable. To find out that it's actually tradable made me very happy, because now it means that I'm going to try and spam these tournaments as much as possible, because we can actually sell all the items and make as much as we can. But yeah, we end up getting probably, I'd say all in all, there's about 6 to 7,000 coins worth of contents in that pack, especially because of the 1k coin unlock. Thiago probably sells for like 1,400 coins. The contracts, the fitness cards all sell. The discard value is going to be worth a little bit to us as well. But overall, guys, that is going to be the end of the video. If you have enjoyed it, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.